Oopsie. Oh boy. Hello. Happy New Year. I have a confession to make. I started off the new year and I may have not quite got myself together yet. I'm a hot mess for the new year, and you know what? I'm okay with it. I am. I'm okay with it. Uh, so in any case, we're back. I'm streaming, and I had a lot of fun streaming the last couple of sessions right at the end of the year last year. So I decided, yes, I absolutely do want to continue streaming here in the new year. So here I am. Yes. And part of it is because people were so awesome last year for my opening streams. And we don't have big, long video capture of that. So did they even happen? I don't know. Did they? There were a couple clips. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, either way, Happy New Year! It's 2024. And, you know, the whole kind of concept of fresh start is a concept that I personally like. I don't like the way that everybody tries to set. No, I don't mind if other people do it. I'm not going to say that I don't like that other people do things. So I take that back. But what I do want to say, or what I'm trying to say, because what are words? Words aren't working for me ever, and that's okay because I'm a chaotic hot mess. I think what I'm trying to say is that I personally don't like when other people try to make me talk about New Year's resolutions. They're like, what's your New Year's resolution? You should set New Year's resolutions. And I'm like, but if I want to try something new or if I want to make a change to my life, I'm not going to wait to the new year to do it. I'm going to do it, which is why I started streaming last month. I could have waited for this month, but why? So, yeah, I'm not a big person on resolutions. If you are, that's totally cool. And good for you. I would love to know about what kind of resolutions make you excited for the new year, if you like to. Or if you're the kind of person that likes to be a little bit salty and be like, nope, these are resolutions that people suggested for me that weren't a fit for me. And do they even know me? Feel free to let me know about those too in the chat because I'm always here for it. I had somebody ask me if I was going to go on a diet for the new year. And I was like, no. Do you even know me? I am never going to give up food because food gives me joy. But for my health, will I make healthy choices that still taste super, super yummy and good to me? Uh-oh. Hi, Alex. Dang, about to play Gloomhaven with the buds. Ooh, Gloomhaven. I hope it's a fun game. Well, I mean, I know Gloomhaven is a fun game, but I hope you all have a fun game. Thank you very much for lurking, though. I'm all for the lurkers, too. Lurkers welcome. Absolutely. But, mwah! XOXO. Yay! So, where was I? My brain was going. My brain was going somewhere. Oh, yes. I was talking about both resolutions you could share with me if you're excited about them, and also because we all have a salty side, and I'm here for salt. A little bit. Like, not too much, right? Because you can't grow covered in salt. Don't want to be too bitter. But if you want to share a little bit of your salty, like, hey, somebody suggested a resolution for me that totally not a fit for me, not for me at all. No. Do they even know me? And my example was someone suggesting that I go on a diet. And you know what? They can yeet into the sun because drop diets are not my thing. But food brings me joy. And I also am very, very happy about the fact that I love all different kinds of food. So Can I just tell you the amazing, amazing tasty things I ate over the holidays? And it's a good thing that those are special treats because, woo, ah, Matthew J. Drake is in the house. Hi, hi. Thank you for joining. I was just about to talk about tasty treats that I had over the holidays. So, friends, a lot of times towards the end of the year, I have stuff that I try to fit in at the end of the year that I wanted to do. Lots of stuff. It could be things like cleaning the house or some big personal creative project that I decided that I wanted to do. And I bit off way more than I could chew. So then I was up late nights trying to finish whatever it was, right? And so when I do that, I start to get in the kitchen and I start to stress cook and I start to stress bake. So I made a bunch of food. One of the things is that near where we live, they had like a little holiday village kind of thing with food stalls and cute little vendors and craft shops and things like that. And we walked around, and one of the things that we got, which makes me think, like, I have great memories about fudge. And we bought some Christmas fudge, which was really lovely. And I used to live on the East Coast, and especially in high school and then later on after college with a bunch of friends, we used to stop in at the Baltimore Inner Harbor, and there was this store there where they used to make fudge and they used to cool it off in like these big showy marble slabs, like flipping the fudge into the air to cool off and dry. In these huge ribbons that would then land on the marble slab, and they'd shape it into this log of fudge, and then they'd slice it and give out free samples. And it was really tasty. I mean, fudge is a pretty simple situation for the most part, and so fudge is generally pretty tasty. It's very sweet, though. So I only ever had just a little bit at a time because I was always hypoglycemic. So having too much fudge or anything too sugary without enough protein to back me up, and 20 minutes later, I was splat. My friends were peeling me off the pavement. So, just a little bit of fudge at a time. And that has kind of been a habit that has grown with me over the years. And so, when we went to this Christmas village holiday village, Christmas village, I don't remember what they called it. But this little village kind of thing near our home a couple weeks ago, we did the same thing. We only bought just a little bit of fudge. But my partner and I gobbled up the fudge with tea over the next day or two. You know, roommates and all. We do that. We eat. It's a good thing that I have a roommate that I can eat with because otherwise I'd just be eating by myself. And that's okay sometimes, but, you know, it's nice with company sometimes too. And we ate all the fudge. And we had instant regrets, friends. Instant regrets that we did not buy more fudge because all the fudge was gone. So, that being the case, we decided, all right, well, I decided, we didn't decide anything. I decided my roommate went out of the house for a little while and came back, and I had looked up online how to make fudge, and I had made 2 batches of fudge. Not one, friends, 2. I couldn't just do one because I needed peanut butter and I needed chocolate, and I couldn't decide. So I made 2 batches of fudge. So now we still have fudge in the house because I made whole batches of fudge instead of just buying a little bit like is my norm or has been my habit in the past. So there's fudge in the home. And also over the holidays, because again, with the stress cooking and stress baking thing and the creative projects going on towards the end of the year, and also family is complicated. Family during the holidays is complicated. And so I was stress cooking. And I baked a cheesecake. And we have friends who are neighbors just a couple of blocks, like just a walkie away. And we gave them some of our cheesecake. But I still have a lot of cheesecake in the fridge. And I make a really good cheesecake. Personally, I like cheesecake very simple. Because there's a lot of different kinds of cheesecake out there, right? Like on the East Coast, they have that really thick, really heavy, eats like a meal kind of New York style cheesecake. And it's huge and it's rich and it's thick, right? And then there's the really cool, fun, jiggly Japanese, almost souffle style cheesecake that's light and airy and foie and cheesy, like as in a cream cheesy kind of cheesy cheesecake. And those are lovely too. My cheesecake is somewhere in the middle. It is rich and it is creamy, but it is lighter than your New York style cheesecake. It's not like you don't have to press to get your fork to go through my cheesecake. Because I feel like sometimes New York style cheesecake eats like a brownie almost. It's so thick. And then, of course, there's Cheesecake Factory, which is all over the United States. And they do consistently decent cheesecake. But one of the things I was thinking about, having made these things like this homemade fudge and this cheesecake, other than the fact that I am doomed because my roommate and I are not enough to eat this much sweets and make it out through the year without, some detriments to our health, was, I'm not ever going to go on a drop diet, but I am going to make better choices for myself, especially in 2024. And some of those choices mean what's in and what's out for the year. And I think what's out for the year is I am not going to spend my taste buds and my energy on mediocre desserts. You heard me. No more mediocre desserts. I'm not going to go and pick up what looks like a mediocre cheesecake slice or a cake slice at a restaurant that I know isn't as good as is going to send me through the roof. If it's not going to blow my tiny little mind, I'm not eating it, friends. And that does mean giving myself permission. If I ordered it and I take a bite and it's mediocre, I don't have to finish it. I said it. I gave myself permission here on this stream. If I take a bite of this dessert and it's only mediocre, in 2024, I've decided I don't have to finish it because it's not worth the calories. It's not worth my energy. And it's mediocre. Food brings me joy. And I'm going to keep investing my time and my taste buds in really, really good food. So, yeah, that's my thing. I think that's my thing. That's what I'm obsessed with because someone suggested that I do a New Year's resolution of going on a drop diet. And I was like, nope, not for me. Not for me at all. But I'm also not going to fight with them about it or be super toxic or anything like that because who knows? Maybe that's the right choice for somebody else. I don't know. But I love food. And I also get real sad when it comes to mediocre desserts because that's so disappointing. And that kind of translates to books too, even though I don't eat books. I think one of the things that I have had trouble doing lately, because I used to love to read. I used to love to read a lot. And not all of my friends like to read. I have some friends that love to read comics, and I have some friends who really, really love anime, and we get together and we watch anime together. And I have some friends who really, really love to read books, lots and lots and lots of books. And they have these like book reading challenges that they go through. And some of my friends are not just setting a goal of reading a book a month or a book a week. Some of my friends are actually setting goals for like 200 books in a year or 300 books in a year, which is almost a book a day. Let's be real. Can they read that fast? Yes. Are they that voracious readers? Yes. Are there books out there that are super worth it and enjoyable in that way? Absolutely. But I am also not that fast a reader. So I've been thinking about it, and I've noticed that recently, in the last year or so, I really haven't been reading that many novels. I used to read them all the time. In fact, I remember at one point when I was like in middle school or high school, and a friend stopped by our house to visit and hang out, and she went in the bathroom, and then after she had done her business and come out, she looked at me with this weird look on her face, and she said, I noticed you had some light reading in the bathroom. Do you need to eat more fiber? And I didn't understand the whole fiber reference at the time, but I was like, light reading, I'm so sorry, is that wrong? I mean, it's better than magazines. And what she was talking about was I had a selection of novels, and none of them was shorter than 700 pages. Like, I think I had a Terry Brooks novel in there, probably was The Elfstones of Shannara or The Sword of Shannara, one of those. of the first trilogy for the Shannara series. And I probably had some Anne McCaffrey in there and some Mercedes Lackey in there. And those are a little bit shorter than Terry Brooks. Like both of those authors, Anne McCaffrey and Mercedes Lackey, write just a touch shorter than Terry Brooks, but they're all in the 700-page, like full-length mass market novel kind of thing. And I kept them in the bathroom because sometimes, when you're the older sister, you can't get any privacy unless you lock yourself in the bathroom because younger siblings be younger siblings and they like to do things, right? So anyway, I was teased about that, and that is indicative of how much I used to love to read when I was younger. And so now I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why in the last year or two have I not been reading novels and stuff? I love novels. What the heck? And I just keep bouncing off of stuff or rereading comfort reads that I used to read all the time before, but not reading anything new. So I think maybe one of the other things I'm going to do, and it's like desserts, is I'm not going to make myself finish a novel that I'm finding mediocre. Because I feel bad, and then I make myself finish the novel, and then I don't want to start another one because I'm tired. I'm tired because it's not hitting right. Maybe I'm not in the right mindset. Maybe I just don't wanna. And so I don't start a new novel. So I will not waste my energy on mediocre desserts. And I also will not waste my energy on reading a book that's not hitting me the right way. For whatever reason, it's going to be okay to put it down and maybe go read the first chapter of a new one and see if that one is one that delights me at the moment. I think that's the thing. And probably I'm going to do that with video games too. But I already had a pretty healthy attitude with video games because I don't often finish video games. Is that a bad thing to tell you as I'm about to flip on Coral Island and start playing it some more? Maybe. But yeah, that's a confession too. I don't often finish video games. I have played a lot of the Final Fantasy games. I have not finished a lot of the Final Fantasy games. But, shh. We don't have to think about that right now. But I do think that that's enough chatting to start us off for now. And maybe it's time to start playing. So, let me see. Do. I have to move myself around. Let's make myself bigger here. I moved. One of the things I also need to do is change up tweak some stuff so that you can see some things better. Like my latest follower, my latest donation, and my latest subscriber. And the chat. You can't read the chat at all in this thing because I think that I have one of my overlays set up with the wrong color. So I will fix that as homework before next week. But in the meantime, here we go. Let's play Coral Island because I have not played since the last time we all saw. We're still in year spring 8. I don't remember what we were doing, but I feel like we had some quests and stuff and we were running around. And the fun thing about these farm games is like I can focus on the fact that when I first start, all I gotta concentrate is on watering my stuff. Ooh, sparkly things. Sparkly things are happening. And I have a new quest because I had a mythical dream. That must have been a really good place to stop last time. Oopsie. Alright. Yes, no, we're resuming the game. Sorry. Alright, so we had a new quest. There was a mystical dream. Let's run outside here. I have mail too. I need to build more scarecrows. This is not optimal the way that I have this set up apparently. Capable diver to assist with work. Diving imply. I think diving could be fun. Oops, also human. Afraid I was when you summoned me. Oh, we have the reverse syntax discussion. It's very Yoda. This mean human must come to visit me. Oh boy. Oh, we're gonna heal the high island though. We like that. Left of your farm, my home. Confused, look at the drawing I share. Okay. We're okay with that. Press J for details. Huh. Okay. And we do need to do some more crow situation stuff. But we also have 100 gold. And that, for farmers, is a thing. We're gonna need... Ooh, hi. Okay. Let's water some stuff, and then let's figure out what we're doing. I don't know what this is. What are you? I know that I need to fill my water can. I need more scarecrows, and I think as I plant more stuff, I have to think about what distribution I need, what coverage I've got for the scarecrows on duty. Dooby-dooby-doo. We're just watering. And we're watering. Yeah. As one does. Because we have priorities, right? Like, we gotta do the whole... farm care first. Farm care first, and then, you know, save the island. Because it's about the money, money, money sometimes. I can't sing very well, so I don't think karaoke is in my future. Or if it is, it's probably not something I'm going to stream live, because I'm very bad at singing. Very, very bad at it. Alright, we got 100 gold. So one of the things we ought to do is go get ourselves some seeds now that the morning has gone by and the store is open. And it's Monday, so the store is open. Keep an eye out for stuff to forage along the way because that's extra monies. How do I know this? Because it sounds so practical. Well, you know, Stardew Valley teaches you some stuff. Oh, hi. Got a moral. Sam's! Oh, what happened here? I'm just like surprised. I must have hit a button by accident. Hello, we're shopping. Alright, we're gonna sell everything and now we're gonna buy some more stuff. I have no idea how long a season is, so... which I probably should have looked into. So we need some stuff that is not going to take a long time. So I think cauliflower might be out because it takes 10 days and we're on day 8. No, that might be worth it. Well, let's go with something a little less expensive. Just because. And, also because I like taters. Alright, we have bought seeds. A little bit chaotically. I don't have a grand plan for this situation. I also haven't, like, figured out the strategy of, like, what's the best thing to buy. You know? Hi, let's talk. How are you doing? That sounds like a good plan. I don't like you as much. I do like flowers. I'm not really big on the ohm. I think it's nice. I'm just not really big on the ohm, you know? Let's talk to a popper. Spiker 2 looks happy today. Good. Is anybody else close enough to talk to? Nope. Aliens, huh? An alien or aliens? You know, my first spring, I'm poor. And also, apparently I have a quest to save the island and heal it coming up. Oops. Apparently I just run into things all the time too because I'm not that great at running around. Okay. One of the things that I need to do is I can't do these sets of 4 anymore because, or 3 anymore because, it is insufficient for, crafting. Scarecrow. So I need a little bit more trash in order to create a scarecrow. And then I have to figure out what to do with it. Yeah, see, they only cover that much. So I need... I can probably add over here. Oops. Was not exactly what I meant to do. Anyway, they go 5 by 5, right? So I could do... There. So let us plant this way. Just planning out the whole garden thing in a little bit more of, oh hey, I can actually protect them kind of way here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count. All right, let's water these. Oops. And then let's go collect more trash so I can make another scarecrow. There's got to be trash somewhere on my farm. Yep, I thought so. Hello, trash. Let's collect you so that I can make scarecrows. How much? Oops. How much trash do we need again? Yeah, we got plenty of trash. Okay. Right, yeah, we got... Oh, no. I don't want that. I want this. 11 of 15. Okay. So we need a little bit more trash. We're getting there! And cleaning up our farm. Hooray. Okay. Now we have enough. Boop, 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 boop. I have made one. Okay, let's do that. Now, let's put it right there. Alright, so we have a better place to scarecrow for the future, and we will figure out some other stuff. Can I move him? This is me trying, oops, not to destroy things. Did I destroy something? No, good. I have a makeshift scarecrow that I don't know how to move. Ha! I figured out how to do it. We're just moving him over. Oh, I see. He is protecting some stuff. We'll leave him there. For now. Alright. Let's go follow the floofy things. I feel like the floofy things are taking us somewhere. To the left of my farm here. This is pretty though. I feel a little bit like various Disney movies where you follow the will-o'-the-wisps and things like that. Was it Brave in which he did that? Oh, but you know. But also, will-o'-the-wisp, gotta be careful. Ooh, we're running over a tree. I'm not actually good at doing that kind of bouncy stuff. Cutscene! Very pretty. Insignia on each of those little circly things. I'm guessing... Ooh, human! I'm guessing we're talking about various elements. Hello, it is a chieftain. I don't know what you are. Goom? Giant. So you're a giant. Okay, good. I would have guessed differently. For long waited I have for you. Okay, my bad. Look, I just got your message this morning. I had a farm to take care of. Look. Hey, look. Where's Navi? You're correct. I do not understand. Apparently I must see these things. So, help a goddess. Help the goddess? Okay. What are we doing then? I can't move. Okay, but I can't move. Hurt? You're gonna hurt me? That's not cool. Alright, bracing for it. Alright. Wind, water, earth, fire? Are we thinking that that's what these are? Oh! Well, that definitely hurt my eyes. See, done so fast, yes. You know what? They tell you that when you get your flu shot, too. Goom goom. Do I understand? Sure. Okay, goddess who? The goddess must answer, not come from me. Okay. Ready you are to meet the goddess. Alright, let's go do that. In the lake temple, there's her home. Alright, well, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna go do that tonight. Rest now. You must after the ceremony. So will I, since I just got zapped. Goodbye. Alright, cool. So that's a giant. I'm gonna remember your face and not your name. Able to read and understand the language of old, which is good because we saw all those places where I didn't. Anything interesting? Oh, and there's a chest. Hooray! Outdoor kitchen, because cooking. This looks like a bed. That was pretty cool. I have progressed on my questing situation here. I could catch some more bugs, but I don't know what I would do with them right now. That might be something I explore later. Let's lose a little bit more of our energy to clear up this path a bit. Just because it feels like yeah, it just feels like it would be a good thing to do. Oh no! We're getting tired. Whack. Whack. Whee! So the thing I'm realizing is I probably should map my expressions and my hand waves to different keys. Because I'm setting them off randomly as I play. Which is kind of funny. Wait, I gotta put some stuff away. This is getting... Chest is full. Alright, well. Should we sell some of the bugs? We should. Let's sell some of the bugs because we just don't know what we're supposed to do with these bugs right now. I feel like selling them is not a terrible thing to do. I have a feeling that compost is good for crafting fertilizer. So, we may do that. Alright. Let's go to the chest and sell our bugs. If we were playing Animal Crossing, there'd be a museum to put them in before we sold them. And there probably is a museum here. I just haven't really engaged in that part of the game yet. Alright. Should we even try turning on the TV for once? Okay, let's... How to be a farmer, Jeff Smith. Raised on the farm. No farming. Fishing. Okay, so how to be a farmer, but I'm going to tell you to fish and also catch bugs. Pick up mushrooms, flowers, whatever's going. That's just free money right there. See, I was in the right track. All right, let's go to bed. That was our first night of the new year. I mean, not in-game. But we made 260 bucks out of that from catching bugs. All right, well, that was solid. All right, I might be more convinced to... I might be more convinced to catch more bugs. Maybe. Okay. Let's go on to the next day. Wait. All right. Yes. And we start our day, or I start my day with the watering situation because watering. Oh, we have mail. You've got mail. Potluck cookout. Make sure to bring something yummy. I don't know if I want to do that. Am I going to be antisocial? I don't know. I'm feeling antisocial. How bad is it if I'm antisocial, friends? I won't make friends that way, and they've got some hot friends here. I don't know. I kind of want to be antisocial, but that might just be me wanting to be antisocial in real life. Also, I don't know what kind of yummy things I'm supposed to bring, right? Like, because I don't have anything that's... Oh, I do have some potatoes, apparently, that might be ready to harvest. Let's take a look at them. Oh, all that talking about fudge and cheesecake earlier and food in general made me hungry, and I didn't eat before stream, so now I'm hungry. But then again, if you have known me for any period of time, you will also find that I am always hungry. Always. Always hungry. One of the keys to making me happy is, you know, pursuing the food adventures that I really like. I have some awesome friends that have great taste in food, though. So, foodie adventures galore. I have great memories of those. And I'm always open for more. My roommate comes with me on some of them, and sometimes I just go on them alone. I actually was checking out Instagram a little bit, and I saw an ad nearby for a cinnamon bun drive-thru, and I am debating because I've already had a lot of sweets recently, and I'm normally not that much of a sweet eater. Like I already said, no mediocre desserts, but that's also because I don't do desserts all the time. So now I'm like, oh well, what should I do? I think I'm going to explore some more savory, healthy cooking that makes me happy first. Before I'm going to hold on to these potatoes. I'm going to sell some of these potatoes. I also need more seeds. So we're going to go, I think, purchase more seeds because that's what you do as a farmer. And if that happened, if I click here, do I find out? Okay, I'm running out of energy watering pavement. What was I thinking about? I was thinking about something. Mid-thought. Food. Oh, yeah, I should probably... Hello, Pauchi. Hello. Taco. See, I'm bad at names. But Taco's here, and I wanted to talk to Taco today. All right. Because Taco's super cute. Oh, what was I thinking? I'm a hot mess. Oh, foods. Foods, yes. The cinnamon bun drive-thru. Yes. Alright, well, we'll keep the silver potato, but we will sell all of the other potatoes, and then I'm gonna take a risk that I'm betting there's 10 more days in the season. But I don't want to take too much of a risk, so we'll go for stuff that grows for 7 days. I sold it anyway. Dang it. That was not what I intended to do. Oh well. They said bring something tasty, and now I'm not going to have anything tasty to bring for tomorrow unless I bring bread. We'll buy bread just because I don't have something tasty to bring to the potluck tomorrow. I forgot. I messed up. Messed up! Alright. But that might have been for the best anyway because that was really worth a lot of money. I think that's a lot already. I think, all right, that's good for now. Okay. Let's talk. Hi, Eva. Bake something yummy to bring the potluck. Oh gosh, so excited. Sure. I don't know. Good. I'm glad. We're not in competition. We're just, maybe a pastry shop next to the bakery so that they both bake, but they bake different things. That would be cool. Oh, yes? Oh, that's cool. I can't remember who Frank is now. Uh-oh. Walking with a purpose. Okay. Walking with a purpose. She had like a sway to her hips, which I would expect in high-heeled shoes, or like she was wearing riding boots though, so that kind of is like, that makes me giggle. It's terrible. I know. All right, we're gonna do this. We're planting more stuff in accordance with where our scarecrow is, based on what he can protect for us. He protect. Kind of like my corgi. All right, let's go with carrots and then potatoes, shall we? That's the limit of what my scarecrows can protect right now. Actually, I could probably do this. And it's going to look ridiculous and not tidy at all. But there's a method to this madness, I think. Maybe. Or I could be completely wrong because I miscounted. But whatever. Look, there's a method to the madness. Not a good method, but a method. All the same. We're learning here. It's okay to make mistakes. Alright, one of the things I want to do is clear the view of what I'm growing. Whee! Oh no, you're starting to hear woof woofs. That would be Corbin. Nope. Hush. Don't do it, Bubber. Don't do it. There's outside noise and the woof woof is going because he's a woof woof. Okay. So we're gonna go drop some stuff off. Yeah. Okay. Let's check mail now, because I seem to have forgotten about mail. Rumors new. Hey, fertilizer. We like fertilizer. Let's go put fertilizer down. Yes, let's put fertilizer down on the new stuff. we have one more fertilizer. Okay. Do. So that's done. We've got a tiny bit more energy. Let's continue to clear the area right in front of our home, shall we? I should remap my expressions because it does things when I choose these. Alright, that's nice. Let's go drop that off. Ah! The new year is tiring. Have I ever mentioned that? I think we're gonna put this here for now. Alright, let's go catch some bugs because they were actually quite lucrative. We'll go this way. We'll say hi to the chimpkins if they're out. Got one! It was a wasp. Ah! Murder stingers. We don't like murder stingers. Hello, chimpkins. I did not catch you. Dang it. I thought I did. I tried. Not sure why I was kicking that tree. Pretty place is pretty. Okay, let's see if I can catch up to this one and do this. It saw me and then no, that didn't work out. I can read it now. Sacred area. Me and catching bugs, not actually good at it. And I'm running out of energy. I guess I'll go back. But I caught a bug, and I can always sell him. That'll do. Oh. Wee. Alright, let's check this out on the TV. What's next? What's the weather forecast? Surrounding area. Okay. Sunny and clear, which means I gotta water. Also wearing sunscreen, which is something that I have to do better of. Even in the winter. Yes, we're going to bed. How much was that wasp worth? Wonder. 65. Not bad, not bad. So I have a little bit of extra money now. We won't go... Yeah, we'll go to the next day, and I'm not going to go buy seeds. Because there's a event anyway. Yeah, I have no idea how to get to said event, by the way. And we're going to water stuff first, because I don't know if it waters or it counts as watering. Oh, taters, precious. Maybe we will bring those to the festival. Watering, watering, watering. Harvesting taters. And then we're going to harvest some more taters. Let's go get some more water. And then we'll have to go find this festival. And maybe be ready to catch some bugs or like forage along the way. I thought I just refilled that. Oh, so speaking of farming, my roommate was listening to this audiobook that was like cultivator. That's the word I'm looking for. Cultivator story. And it was kind of light novel style. And it's really cute because the protagonist is reborn in a fantasy world and he's really practical about the situation because he, realizes that, hey, the reason why I'm in this body that I've been born in is because the person that was in this body got beat to death. So I'm going to take myself far, far and away from all of these cultivators. And, I have no idea where this festival is. But look how pretty the decorations are. Town square? I don't know. I know we're closed. Here's the center of town. Let's talk to somebody. Wasn't I just talking about the flu vaccine before? But I just got zapped earlier. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Wow. My bad. I'm a little embarrassed, actually. Where is the festival? Oh, hey, and here's a sign saying Cherry Blossom Festival. What do you know? Oh, how pretty. Have you ever been to an actual cherry blossom festival anywhere? I have been to a couple in the U.S. Ooh, pretty. Let me talk. Yes, start the cherry blossom festival. I like them. It's a nice sign of spring. And personally, I've been to a couple of them that have been really fun, both because they're very pretty and also because they had tasty, tasty foods. And I happen to like all kinds of mochi and dango and daifuku. All related to mochi. And I'm not talking about the freezer burned ice cream mochi that a lot of people get at mediocre restaurants. Again, talking about the mediocre dessert situation. Potato sack race, huh? Potluck. Yeah, me too. Hello, birds. Good food, weather, good company. Yes. So there's just always a lot of really tasty things around the Cherry Blossom Festival in terms of wagashi or Japanese sweets, and I like them a lot. This guy says durian. By the way, durian is one of those foods that people dare each other to eat, and I like durian when it's very good quality and very fresh. I don't like durian at all, period, or the smell of it. Definitely not the smell of it if it's frozen. And so I very rarely have it here in the U.S. Because of that. Yeah, I'm not absolutely sure. Like, I usually ask somebody I trust to choose the durian, because otherwise it's a very, very difficult experience. I haven't given diving a try yet. I plan to. I promise. I'm just not in a rush. There's a main event. We're trying mini games, though. Oh, you're standing so nicely. Ah, Judge, this is why. See, this looks nice. Oh. I got to talk to Macy. Oh, this is the woo-woo guy. This potluck looks glorious. Yeah, I'm working on it. This potluck looks glorious. Look how good all that looks. Speaking of, you know, various things and mediocre versus not mediocre, this looks really good. Yummy. I have met Paul now. I'm meeting more people. Croissants are hard. This looks like a lovely picnic. Look shy. People saying other people are cute. Hi, you look fun. Hacker, huh? I like hackers. No, you haven't. Yes, I am new. Are you willing to talk to me more? No, not right now. You're eating a taco, though, so I forgive you. Correct way to eat a taco. Quick quiz. What do you think? Do you lift it up to your face, or do you bow to the taco in order to properly eat it without making too much of a mess? I personally make the choice to bow to the taco. Why? Because I have some curvage going on, and it makes a shelf, and tacos are messy, and then I end up with that mess in that shelfy area, and that's a no. So I bow to the taco so as not to get taco stuff in my curves. That's just a thing. Whee! Bow to the taco, friends. I can't stop thinking about it. I don't actually want tacos for dinner, though. I'm not sure what I'll have after the stream. I have some really nice rotisserie chicken and some soup. That's very, very tasty. It's chicken artichoke lemon soup. And I like lemony soups sometimes. They're very refreshing at the same time as being warm and comforting. And it's a nice juxtaposition. This guy's talking about wind and song and food, and I am here for the food. Yes, we're in alignment, friend. In alignment. Is there anybody else here? Just run around talking to everybody. The cherry blossoms are pretty. You're actually like kind of cheerful. Hello, I don't think we've met either. Nice to meet you. Aliyah. Beavers on the lake. That's good. Beavers are a good sign of a healthy ecology, hopefully. Loda. I need to Google what Loda is, because if it's delicious, I would like to know. Goodness. Hi, Luke. It's nice to meet you. You have a very nice jaw. Oh. You are a little bit pretentious, though. But you're next to Bree, so that doesn't surprise me, actually. Dancing? We're dancing. No. Yes, I heard nothing. I heard nothing. I love the tea, though. Always tell me about the tea. You think somebody's attractive? I want to know. I like tea. No more tea right now? No more tea right now. Oh, I'm stuck. My bad. I got distracted by the tea. Okay. To go contribute to the potluck. I guess I'm dropping stuff in the soup. Ew, that was mean. Don't sneeze on me! Allergies? Hi. Yes. Oh, there's a souvenir shop. Are there special seeds? I don't think I can afford anything anyway. But it's nice to look and see what there is. Oh, this is kind of cool decor for inside the home. Oh, kotatsu chair. Do you know what a kotatsu is? I love kotatsus. Yeah, kotatsu is a really cozy Japanese style table, and it has this huge comforter that goes over the top, and then the tabletop goes on top of the comforter, so you can still do your work on the tabletop nice and stable, but you have this comforter that like fits over your lap and keeps the underneath of the table warm and toasty. And sometimes some of these kotatsus have a heater under there. I have one. I love cozying up to it and sitting there with my Switch and playing games a little bit. I haven't done that in a little while. And I do have a kotatsu chair too. It is a little rough if you're not used to sitting on the floor though. As I've gotten older, it's gotten a little bit rougher to sit there for too long. But I still love it. And sometimes I'll like lay down and nap under the kotatsu. Alright, I'm placing an item in the hot pot. We're gonna go with a potato because I got nothing else. Alright, I have tossed in a potato. So that's where we're at. I guess we're going to the main event now. Sure. Because I'm not really in the mood to do the little games right now. Finally, time for our main event. Oh, they're gonna taste the soup, and everybody has dropped stuff in the soup, huh? It looks like there's leeks and stuff in there, and maybe lotus root. Lotus root could be really tasty. The unity of the town. Oh dear. How is it? I put an average potato in it. It's okay. Yes, because it was an average tater. It is edible. I mean, when I was in high school, I was in junior ROTC. And one of the things they did at Dining Out is they created a grog bowl. And that was deliberately horrendous. They would put anything in there that was edible / drinkable with the intent to make it a terrible experience. That was the grog bowl. And if you made an etiquette mistake during the dining out, you could be called up to take a drink from the grog bowl. And it got to be a point where like the different cadets would dare each other to take a drink from the grog bowl because it was just that terrible. And yeah, that's not my kind of fun. Again, same concept as the no more mediocre desserts and no more mediocre books. Like, I don't really want a terrible eating experience. I want a delightful one. And the grog bowl seemed traumatic. So I did everything I could to avoid having to ever drink from the grog bowl. I did a pretty okay job of avoiding it too. I did see one guy take a drink, and I guess he got some dry ice going on there too. So his stomach was really disturbed, and I felt for him. I really did. All right, we're gonna go try to catch some more bugs while we're here. Doobie doobie doo. Cause it's late at night, and there might be bugs out here. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, that didn't work out. I'm bad at catching bugs still. Alright, we're going to try this again with the bug situation. I got him! Got him! That's great. Running around someone's vineyard trying to catch bugs. Fireflies would be really cool to catch. I always imagine vineyards and fireflies. I think that would be very pretty. I'm not sure it's very good for the vineyard, but I think that would be very pretty. Okay, it's getting late. I'm going to bed. It's midnight. Let's see. Oh, dang it. I gotta remember how to get back. Yes, 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 I'm going. What happens if I stay out too late and pass out? We might find that out by accident this time. It depends on how long it takes me to get home. I'm flashing red. This gives me anxiety. Ah! I'm going home. I'm going home. Look. See? Going home. Wait, I'm selling some bugs. Okay. Look, I'm home. Do I have time to check the TV? Ooh, it's a C-pop. Coral Stars. Coral pop group C-pop. Oh no, are they competing against each other? Oh boy. Oh no, drama. Goodness. Have you ever watched any of those reality shows? Oh, I have increase in relationships. Cool. And my bugs netted me some money. Awesome. Have you ever watched any of those reality TV shows for like the star groups? I particularly like the ones like I watched Kingdom Legendary War, I think last summer, or maybe was it last summer? I think it might have been last summer. And I definitely got into more of the K-pop groups. Like I already knew about B2B because they sing the original soundtrack song for Cinderella and the Four Knights, which is a Korean drama that I enjoyed. And I really liked the song already. So I got to know B2B and some of their music even better. And really, really kind of fell in love with Lee Min-hyuk. I mean, new bias, definitely. Like I knew about BTS before and I had my bias with BTS. And more people know about BTS than B2B. But Lee Min-hyuk kind of bias wrecker. Absolutely came in like a wrecking ball and absolute bias wrecker. But also, that's how I got to know about Stray Kids and ATEEZ. And sometimes BTS's music, more recently, before they all went into the military, has been a little bit lighter than I've been in the mood for. So I was looking for something with a stronger beat and a little harder kind of vibe to it. And Stray Kids and ATEEZ really brought that for me. So really do like Stray Kids and ATEEZ. From the girl pop groups, I've never watched any of the reality shows for them, but I really do enjoy Mamamoo, particularly Wasa. And I, of course, pay attention to Blackpink. So, yes, with the K-pop groups. I also used to listen to some of the J-pop groups, like way back in the day, but that was more because a lot of my friends were fans because of various anime soundtracks. And I still enjoy a lot of those and have a lot of fun with those too, but I don't know them as well as my friends do. Oh well. Anyway, let's see. I'm getting really tired and I don't want to overdo it for the new year. So I think I'm going to call it here for playing the game and let's go back to just chatting, shall we? So let me save and get out of here. I'm going to quit to desktop and I will be right back and then we'll go back to just chatting, shall we? And my mic is off. Wait, this is what I wanted to do yet. I wanted to show you something. So I'm going to move some stuff around again because I was going to do some goal setting and I wanted to play with a new app with you. So I'm actually going to go over here like this. And then I'm going to, hello? I'm going to mess with something. I'm going to mess with a source. And we're going to look for this one. Okay, so this is me messing around with some stuff. It's not going to fit real great, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, here's where we have a discussion about, I think, I'm going to zoom in on my face more because it's cute. All right. No, really. We're going to zoom in a little bit even more even. Hey, because why not? All right. So we're going to talk about some goals. And one of the things a friend of mine did was she told me about this thing. And this thing was Sunsama, which is like a daily planner that will work for you. And I've never played with this app before, but I very much like gaming, like to mess around with new apps. And this is a new to me app. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to be doing some goal setting because I do that all the time for myself. But especially at the beginning of the new year. I don't do New Year's resolutions, like I said at the beginning of the chat earlier. Definitely don't do drop diets. But I do things like say no more mediocre desserts, right? I also want to avoid doom scrolling. So let's play with a new app and see how we can use that to remind myself, or I'm going to play with it and use it to remind myself about goals that I wanted for the year to make me happy. So this is the start. I have no idea where it's going, but here we go. Let's see. First thing that it's asking me is, what task managers have I used? Look, I've used all of these. All of these. I might connect them later, but none of them has Habitica. And that's where I have been before, like what I've been using as my task manager before, because I like the gamified factor of it. So it's not here. First thing you did was miss an integration to an awesome app. But you know what? Habitica is not as big or as backed with, let's just say, just doesn't have the kind of backing that, say, Asana or Notion or Trello does. Have I used all of these? Yes. I have used a lot of these. I have used Asana. I have explored ClickUp. I haven't tried GitHub yet. I do have it. I do check out Gmail and their little task list there. I think that that's pretty convenient when you work for a day job that uses Gmail. Jira is something else, can I just say? Definitely have had some day job fun with Jira, and maybe not so much fun with Jira, just because sometimes if it's not used consistently and people change processes along the way, Jira becomes a hot mess. Linear, I'm not familiar with. Monday.com, people have tried to get me to use, but again, the person who tried to get me to use it with them wasn't very organized themselves, so the experience of using Monday wasn't great for me personally because of the person I was collaborating with and the way that their thought process went. It wasn't a great fit for Monday. I think that they might have enjoyed it more with Habitica, but that's not really great for group collaboration projects, so I understood why they didn't choose it. But yeah, that whole situation was kind of a fail. Notion, I know a lot of people who like Notion, and ironically, there are people who really love paper planners and they like Notion because it kind of suits their mind and the way that you can kind of have the flexibility to use different sections the way that you want to use them, the way that you might set up a personal planner. But I don't know. I bounced off of Notion. It wasn't really for me. Outlook, I've used before. I kind of hate it. Not that it's terrible, but it's kind of like using Microsoft Word. It tries to be too helpful, and then it gets in your way with all of this nifty functionality that makes it too helpful and not actually useful. The Todoist, I have watched a couple of YouTube videos by a vlogger that was the Todoist, but I've not actually used the app. Trello, I have used, definitely, because I like Kanban style, and Trello was the first app I ever used in Kanban style instead of using Post-it notes on my wall, because I'm a very big lover of sticky notes and, organizing your thoughts on walls. As far as I'm concerned, a list does not have to be a straight line of items. You can just take items and stick them on sticky notes and throw them up on the wall in a cool word cloud kind of pattern and figure out your to-do list that way. It's much less stressful for me. So we're skipping this because obviously that's not the one. Oh, goodness, yes. Calendars, do we want to use? You know what? We're not going to use a calendar right now. Actually, yeah, we'll use my calendar. Okay. Yeah, sure. When do I plan to start my day? When do I wake up in the morning? So, here's the thing. I used to be a morning person. And when I say morning person, I used to be the kind of person that would wake up at like 6 a.m. with no problem. But lately, in the last 6 months or so, I've noticed that I have trouble getting up before 9 a.m. I have trouble. So I guess one of my first questions for 2024 is, do I want to keep being a morning person and reset my biological clock to get up? I know my dog would like it. Corbin likes to be up in the morning. No, he doesn't. My Corbin's not a morning doggo. He will lay there and look at me like, why are you awake? I take that back. What am I even thinking? A lot of people, their pets wake their butts up before dawn. My dog will sleep in for as long as you let him. He will sleep into noon. So no. But the thing is, he won't stay with my roommate. And my roommate is a night owl. And so my roommate doesn't get up early. And Corbin won't stay with my roommate. He'll wake up with me and just be mad at me. And if you've never owned a corgi, you don't understand the literal side eye that corgis can give you. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. It's terrible. So anyway, I have gotten off topic. What the hell time do I want to start waking up in the morning? Not 6 a.m., but not as late as 9 a.m. So let's call it at 7 a.m. Yeah. Plan my day starting at 7 a.m. to get the show on the road. That doesn't mean I will be ready to interact with anyone, but I want to wake my butt up. Do I want to be... What? Habit of planning your day. Habits are hard. You're not wrong. That's why I use Habitica. It will help by sending one daily reminder to plan your day. But that's what I'm doing here. I like to plan I like to plan it at night for the next day and the coming week, and I don't want to do it daily. I really don't want to do it daily. Let's go by email. I don't want notifications to pop up. They're very distracting. All right, so far, I'm not sure if I like this or not. We'll find out. Okay. This I don't mind. Reflecting on your day and setting goals for tomorrow. I don't really want to do it on a daily basis. I'd prefer to do it on a weekly basis. So I'm kind of sad that I can't set that up. Maybe there's a setting later. But let's give it a go. Today, what's one thing you got done today? Well, I'm here. So, finish today. I did a live stream. Oh gosh, caps. I must have hit caps earlier. Okay. So I did that. How much time did we spend on this? Well, let's see. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. I'm probably going to go for a little bit longer. So let's call it at 2 hours. Right? Next. Oh, gosh. That's it? I didn't do anything more. All right, well, I will add more. We're just learning the app right now. This is definitely a guided experience. Let's see. Planned for tomorrow. I have day job tomorrow that I have to survive, and that's enough about that. But didn't I earlier say that I wanted to look up something? Oh, I wanted to look up that food from Coral Island. So, look, we're going to research. Loda is. Because I want to do that. And one of the other things I'm probably going to do is I'm going to follow up on this live stream to check and see if anybody made any clips of their favorite moments. So I'm going to check out any clips from Monday live stream, because those are really good to have, and not just for my Twitch stream, or my Twitch channel, but also to take over to the YTubes. So, yes, I will be checking out any clips. Is there anything else that I want to plan for tomorrow specifically? See, I like to do this for the week. Anyway, all right, we're getting the experience. So this is for tomorrow. Day job is an 8-hour situation. Sad but true. Loda's only going to take like 15 minutes. What? Yeah, that's a 15-minute lookup, and then like possibly looking up the recipe, because if it looks tasty enough, I might research how to make it. And if I research how to make it, it's very possible that I'll get the groceries to make it. We'll see. I'm very much that kind of person. TikTok videos, Pinterest, back in the day, but mostly TikTok videos now. If I watch something and it looks tasty enough, I will definitely try to make it. And if I do say so myself, I'm a decent enough cook that it usually turns out pretty okay. And so, worthwhile experiment for me. I love to cook cuisines from all over the world. So TikTok has been serving me some really great experiences when it comes to recipes. And of course, when I watch a lot of Asian dramas, like K-dramas or Thai dramas, especially the Thai BL dramas, one of the major aspects about those Asian dramas, particularly K-dramas and Thai dramas, is that the characters always go out to eat or they cook each other food, right? And so then you get hungry watching them as they're eating, and then you want to learn how to make that food, or you want to go out and try that food. I will say, I make a pretty good tteokbokki now. And not only do I make tteokbokki, but I also make, what do they call it? Raboki? Where you mix up the ramen with the tteokbokki, and it's a kind of street food dish, and that's super, super tasty as well. I make it pretty decent, and I make a really good sundubu-jjigae, which is more of a tofu stew that's Korean and a little bit spicy. I do make mine with kimchi, so it's questionable as to whether or not you would call that kimchi jjigae. And I like to have that with a fried fish and some rice. So comforting and perfect for the winter time, which it is where I live. But I'll make that all year round because it's so tasty. But that's Korean foods. When it comes to Thai foods, I really just learned how to make this really cool fish soup that uses the salted sour plums, and that gives it a really unique flavor. And so that's a really comforting, clear soup that I really like, but I still need to learn how to cook it and not overcook the fish. So there are more YouTube videos in my future to learn that, and I have a couple of channels that I check on for that kind of thing to get a little bit better on technique and style. But anyway, so that reminds me that tomorrow a task I need to do is set up groceries, like make a grocery list for the rest of the week. I only like to cook one thing per day. I don't like to cook 3 meals a day. So like I'll make one big thing that is enough for leftovers for the next several meals, and I'll eat that. So yes, I eat leftovers if they're good. Leftovers can be glorious. And sometimes it can be glorious to take leftovers and make them into something completely new, like kimchi fried rice, yum, or Thai fried rice, also yum. Or sometimes I really like to take, I love to make Japanese curry. have that with rice. And then the next day, I like to make like katsu or something and then have the curry over top of it and make curry rice or omu rice. So I'll make a big batch of curry because I like to have it over all of those dishes. So, maybe tomorrow's grocery list is going to include the ingredients for Japanese curry because I haven't had that yet this year. Not that this year is very old, but that sounds very yummy. I think I might do that. Japanese curry. Yay! All right, so maybe I'll add this reminder. Ingredients for Japanese curry. I better make a lot too because my roommate's going to want to eat that. Okay. It doesn't take long to make a grocery list for that, but I do actually take a pretty decent amount of time shopping around for like which grocery store, like I think about which grocery store actually has the better prices and the better produce. Macadoodle has joined the chat. Hello, Macadoodle. I was just talking about making food that might be of interest to you. Oh, and Kelly has joined the chat, and Kelly says my curry is delicious. Why, thank you. I think I'm going to be making Japanese curry. I don't know if you heard me, but Japanese curry and me, it's a wonderful, delightful experience because the first time I like to make, like for the first round of the Japanese curry, I like to have it over rice. And sometimes if I'm feeling cute, I will take the rice and shape it into onigiri, the little rice balls, and I will make my onigiri look like little pandas, and my little pandas are eating the curry. I'm kind of ridiculous that way. But then for, the next day at lunchtime or whatever, I like to make omu rice and then pour leftover curry over the omu rice. And that's kind of like a Japanese omelet with a little bit of slightly fried rice in the middle. So that's super tasty and yummy. And I do have frozen breaded chicken cutlets in the freezer. What that means is dinner time is usually easy to make, like chicken katsu over rice and then more curry. So I'll make a lot of curry because of that. And Macadoodle apparently likes my giggles. Thank you. But like I was talking about earlier in the stream, that's because food brings me joy. And so, yeah, eating is a fun experience with me. I'm just going to say. I don't know. I can't do a mukbang this way as a VTuber, but now I'm like, ooh, food. Nom, 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 nom. Could you imagine? Huh. Oh, well. Anyways. La da 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 da. Did I say day job? Yeah, I said day job. And it's for 8 hours. Blah, blah. Groceries list. Yeah, so that's fine. I'm trying out this new app. New to me. I don't know how new this app is, but new to me just to figure out like what my day is and like what kind of habits do I want. I usually use Habitica for that, but I was thinking about doing some goal setting and then the tutorial to get this thing started took me into daily planning, which is really not my thing, but we'll see. So it's like fill in your day with work and other tools. You pull the meetings and stuff into your calendar. All right, well, the first thing you got to pull in is day job because that's the thing you can't avoid unless you're planning on calling out sick, right? And my day job starts me a little bit early at the 8:15 mark. So technically I should be online at 8 a.m. to be ready, right? Like, so that's kind of my day job block. Time box task. Oh, I see how this thing works. It time blocks your day. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Fine. So day job. Do I think about VTubing while I'm day jobbing? Yes. But do I admit it to day job? No. And we're not going to tell anybody, are we? No. Shh. It's going to be a secret between us. Okay. Because we were playing Coral Island, I wanted to research what Loda is, and it's only 15 minutes. Let's do that on my lunch break, right? Like, I'll stick this in here somewhere. So oh no! It doesn't let me conflict. Wait, auto scheduled. No. Okay. Well, that's interesting to learn. All right. No, this takes precedence. Sorry. I'm so confused. What's happening here? Did you make it shorter? It did. Uh, nope, you're an 8-hour situation. You don't get to. All right, so we'll do this at the end of the day. Whatever. Yeah, no, you got to be 8 hours. Unfortunately, like, that's the whole paycheck situation. All right. So you do that, and then I'll do this after as like a little breaky thing. Check out any clips from the Monday live stream. I'll do that after dinner. So grocery list. We'll go after the Loda research situation, and then we'll check out any clips in the evening with all of you. So that leaves me a block for dinner and what have you. I'm not really sure what I'm going to eat for dinner, but I still have a lot of leftovers in the fridge, so I'm not worried about cooking tomorrow. But like I said, I tend to cook about once a day, and then I just make enough so that I have leftovers for the other meals of the day. I'm not really tied to specific meals that I have to have that are like a breakfast food and then a lunch food and then a dinner food. I'm very much the kind of person that will pull leftovers out and eat them at any day. As far as I'm concerned, cold pizza out of the fridge is a valid breakfast item. So is cheesecake. Good cheesecake, because I have promised myself that I will not spend my time on mediocre desserts. So, good cheesecake is a valid breakfast food because I'm an adult. Who's going to make better decisions about healthy foods? So, only occasionally is cheesecake a valid breakfast item, not all the time. But I am the type of person who, once I make Japanese curry, I will eat that for breakfast in the morning. There's no big deal with that. There's plenty of vegetables in that. There's protein in that. You have that with rice, and that's a really good carb. But also, maybe on my grocery list, I will add something like instant oatmeal or something. Not instant, but like, the big cylinder thing of oatmeal that you can, cook in a pot in 15 minutes. Or like, I don't really like overnight oats. I'm not really one for that big phase where they would put oats in a jar, like a mason jar in the fridge with milk or whatever. Yeah, that wasn't my thing. I liked it cooked over the stove because I like my oats warm, and I like them with brown sugar. Not too much sugar, though, because I really don't need them that sweet. My discussion of desserts earlier this day notwithstanding, my oats don't have to be that sweet. But I do like them with fresh berries, so maybe I will put that on the grocery list. But anyway, these thoughts are good for grocery list items for the week. Okay, let's see what else this thing tells me to do. So we have planned stuff. Oh, and now we have this Kanban task situation. Keep only what's essential for the day and drag over tasks that can wait. If you're not familiar with the concept of Kanban, the idea is that you kind of, it's a little bit of a workflow management thing where you don't overload anything and you really focus on what needs to be done right now rather than you get confused because there's too much to do and you get overwhelmed and then you just hide in your bed and go to sleep and never do anything. Yeah. So Kanban, the idea behind it is that you just think about what you have to do now, absolutely essential, and focus on it, and then make time for the other stuff the next day. And really focus well on the high priority stuff. Like day job, I don't get to skip. Right? So planned work time, the way that this is saying, is like, but honestly, day job is work, and then we have to do stuff outside of day job. And so I don't think any of this can really bump per se. But for the sake of our discussion, let's say I bump checking out any clips from the Monday live stream to Wednesday. Okay. Just so that this thing can go about its stuff. Looks good, and that's my plan for tomorrow. Nice. Cute. I'm not Why would anybody post this? No. Not posting. But, okay. I like the fact that this is asking me about obstacles in my way. Day job, research this Loda thing because Google, make a grocery list. What are obstacles in my way? I don't think I have any obstacles for doing these things per se, but what could be obstacles in my way? That's a good thing to think about for, like, hey, when you're thinking about tomorrow, what are things that are in my way? Like, I could be salty a little bit and be like, I have this one coworker that drives me up a wall, and that's going to make my day harder. So let's put that in there, right? Like, coworkers who make my day harder. That's an obstacle, right? Because they just they suck the soul out of you. They take the energy out of you, and then you still got to try to do your job like a good person, and because you need that paycheck. Let's be real. So that's an obstacle in my way. That was therapeutic, if nothing else. It might not help me with anything else, but it was good to be able to say that. No names. You never know. Just saying. But, okay. So that's the way that this app gets started. Interesting. So this is more of a day-to-day thing. And it is Kanban style-ish. Related to calendar. Like, a true Kanban, if I were ever to pull out Trello, doesn't have days on it, right? Like, its columns are more like what's on the to-do list, or I like to say what's on deck, and then what am I doing right now, like in progress, and then what's in progress but on hold because of somebody else, right? Like, that's my obstacle. Like, I can't get this done without this other thing. So that's on hold so that I don't lose it, but I also don't waste my time on it because I got other shit to do. Oh, excuse me. Oopsie. Honestly, I don't plan to not curse on this channel. I just don't plan to curse all the freaking time. Anyway, so maybe I shouldn't call it out, call attention to it, maybe. But yeah, so Kanban, it's like kind of what's to do, or, and then what's in progress hold is also a thing that some people track or not, Kanban style. But they definitely do. They also track what's done, right? Like, so you only ever have 2 or 3 or 4 tasks in the in progress because you don't want to be working on too many things at the same time, because then none of them will get done, right? And then you slowly move stuff over, and only once you move stuff over to done, do you grab more stuff to put in progress. And sometimes it's only one thing at a time. It really depends on your tasks. So that's true Kanban. This is more, or the Kanban I'm familiar with, but this is more of a day-to-day, what do I have to do? Interesting. It's not the goal setting that I wanted, but it's kind of cool. And this also gives me a view of like, hey, what the hell does my calendar look like? Which could be really helpful. Like, in my day job, I do use Google Calendar, and I find it useful to see my calendar throughout the day because I don't want to miss meetings. And then sometimes I block out time to make sure that I can still get work done in between meetings, or have a better idea of when I'm going to have something done. So when I'm in a meeting and somebody says, hey, when are you going to get that thing done? I can tell them, well, hey, I won't have time to work on it until this because I'm in meetings and, through this whole block. So it gives me a better way of communicating and setting expectations, right? But when it comes to this here with you all now, this did not fit my needs. It was fun to check out this app, but this didn't fit my need when it came to like, hey, I would like to do, there's a weekly planning. Well, what the fudger? Remember when I first started this whole little tutorial and I was like, I would rather weekly plan? Weekly planning is more what I want to do. What the heck? Wait, no. I don't know if this is what I want because they're still doing this whole Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing. No, I don't know if that's what I want either. TBD. We'll do a week and then we'll check out the weekly planner and see whether or not it's something we like. But this wasn't what I wanted. I might pout a little bit. What I wanted to do was really just think about some goals that I had for the stream and some goals that I have for myself, and this did not give me what I wanted, but it was worth trying out a new app. Maybe I should open up Trello. What do you think? Yeah, let's just do Trello, because I know Trello really rather kind of well. I don't have an account through this aspect of myself. And I'm obviously not sponsored in any way. These are just apps that I like to play with. Yes. Goodness. Maybe I shouldn't have done that while you were all looking, but it happened! I will probably cut it out of the Y-tubing archive. Yes. Oh no, it did it again. Yes, definitely going to be cutting that out. Anyway, worst comes to worst. Yeah. Anyways, so let's go with Kanban. Like, see, you got the Kanban thing here. Let's check out what Trello's. I haven't been in Trello in a little bit. Let's check out what their templates have been like for goal setting, like, because they've got all sorts of templates here for business, productivity, yada 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 yada. I want goal setting basics, goals and tasks. Annual life goals. Ooh, that might be fun, or it might be terrible. Lifestyle goals, that's a little bit closer. Personal and work goals, that's a little bit closer to what I want. Tracking goals, key to success, blurp, blurp, derp, 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 derp. Trello doesn't like me to view the template. Okay. Personal, work, school, social. Blog, health, travel, financial. So these are like life categories and stuff that you do in them. I don't like that. No, that's not what I want. No, I'm not using this template. Nope, bye. All right, I'm just going to make my own. Why? Because I know Trello and I know what I want. So we're going to create a board. And we're going to call it Kaekai. Kaekai's 2024 goals. Personal and VTubing. Okay? Cool. Sure. It's private in my workspace. I hate this picture already. One of the things that I like about Trello is that you can personalize the picture. And so you can go over here and be like, you know what? I'm changing the background to something that's a little bit more inspiring to me. I'm not going to spend too much time on figuring out a background that's inspiring to me, but let's see. I like cityscapes. Tokyo at night. Ooh, yes, we like this. All right, let's do this one. Yeah, that'll work for me for now. Anyways, all right. So first things that I like to do is like say what's on deck. Right, like because I like to set my stuff up for that. Like what's on deck. In progress. In progress. On hold. And then done. Yay. Okay, so that's basic stuff. But like, you're like, but Kaekai, weren't you talking about goals? And yes, I was. So this is how I keep track of like items, right? But how I keep track of goals in Trello is then I also go to here in the menu. And what you can do is you can have custom fields and you can have labels. And the labels can be pretty colors. So let's say, what is my first goal? Actually, first of all, let's change a color here. Let's create a pink one. Because, well, let's create a red one, right? Like for me. And we're going to say that these are VTuber goals. Right? So I'm going to have VTuber goals, and I'm going to have personal goals. And that's probably as much as I want to think about right now. Okay, so I have done this, right? Now, on deck, VTuber goals. I want to stream regularly. Like, establish a trend. Right? Mondays. At 5 p.m. Pacific. Which is 8 p.m. Eastern. right? Yes, yes, yes. So that's a goal that I have for myself. It's not a SMART goal. I'm sure that you could look up on YouTube or everything the benefits of setting a SMART goal, because there are really good benefits to setting a SMART goal, which is a specific, measurable, achievable, derp kind of goal. But I'm also doing this because I want to have fun with this, and I want to have fun with you all. And so I'm not personally out to set myself SMART goals in this aspect of my life. So I'm not setting a SMART goal. But what I am doing is making sure that I know what kind of goal I have, which is kind of like a nice little compromise, right? Because I'm not just out here derping and then wondering why I might not be happy with what I've achieved at the end of the year. I have goals. I just am not being as detailed as setting a SMART goal. So let's add that card. And then when I look at that card, I can apply the label VTuber. And then that's a nice little visual. And what I can do with the visuals on this is I can be like, hey, board. No, those are filters and whatnots. Doop. I can also, I can set the appearance of the cards somewhere. Is it under settings now? Card covers enabled. That can be like this long thing because you can go pick pictures for each of the tops of the lists. And I'm not going to do that right now because that's very time consuming. Maybe I'll do that next week if y'all say that you had fun watching me do this, because then we can pick pictures together and that will be fun. But not right now. So anyway, you can choose. So you can see here that this is my VTuber one. And I can also probably set the way that these are viewed a little bit. Somewhere there's got to be a visual somewhere that'll let me like set that I can see these visuals and how I can see them. Edit labels, edit dates, archives. No, I'll figure that part out later. Let's not waste too much time with that. Lifestyle. I said earlier today that one of my goals is that no more mediocre desserts. That's a personal thing. That's a goal. And it's not exactly something that I'm going to be like doing as a daily task, right? So maybe I need a new list that says goals for Q1 2024. You might want to do these for the year. I like to do them for a quarter so that I can check in and be like, hey, is this still what I want for my life? Because that's what I wanted to do today. So we're going to move these over here like this because these are my themes for the day. And then I can create tasks and then look and decide how they fit in with my goals for myself in my life. I do want to get more healthy, like focusing on health. And that doesn't mean drop diets. Remember how I was like, yeah, somebody was saying, suggesting to me, why don't you have a New Year's resolution of a diet? And I was like, no, that is not for me. So what I should do is not just say no. What I want to do for my own happiness is think, well, in that line, if that's not the right thing for me, what is? So I want to focus on health and I want to think about what is. So that can be a new label in terms of goals, since I'm thinking about it separate from personal, right? Like it could be personal, but it's also separate from personal. So let's make that an orange thing, because orange makes me think about that. All right. And we'll make this label orange. So one of the things that I will probably want to do is develop habits to improve my health. That could be a great thing. And what I can do is in here, I can create a checklist and be like, possible habits to develop. And then I can track over time whether I've actually developed these habits, right? And then I can do these habits in Habitica if I want, because Habitica is my preferred task management thing. So maybe I will get rid of the Kanban altogether because it might not be using it. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm just thinking right now, and you're all here for my thinking, and I just happen to be playing in an app while I think. We may never see this app again. If you like it and you like me playing in this app, let me know, and I will maybe come back to it. But anyway, so one thing I can think of to develop a healthier habit is, walkies every day. Partially because Corbin, my corgi, will enjoy it, and it's also really good for my cardio without being high impact, right? And so I'm not going to beat my body up, but I will get my body moving, and I'll be burning calories, and I'll be moving stuff around, and especially if I work a day job, I have a tendency to be rather sedentary, like I get stuck sitting a lot, even if I'm like standing for some meetings. Just really not good. So walkies every day gets me moving. So I think that that's a great habit to develop. I think cooking instead of ordering out is another habit I would like to do more of because my roommate has this tendency to really lean on the fast food. My roommate loves to order fast food or stop and pick up fast food. In particular, hoagies and subs, which if we lived in Jersey, I wouldn't be against it as much because Jersey is the land of the incomparably good sandwich. Jersey and the Philly area, because the bread is really good and the deli meats are really amazing. Same thing with New York, right? New York has some of the best pastrami and the best corned beef sliced in a sandwich. I love a good Reuben. But also hoagies and subs are really, really fantastic in Jersey. And it's not the same going to a Jersey Mike's out in some state other than New Jersey because the bread's still not the same, okay? And Subway is all right, but it's just not as good as going into a really good deli in Jersey. I might have grown up in Jersey. Who knows? Anyway, so that's a thing. Thou shalt not eat mediocre subs. So, cooking instead of ordering of delivery or fast food is a habit that I want more of because I feel like maybe I trash panda'd it a little too often last year because my roommate was already trash pandaing it. And they're like, hey, do you want some Taco Hell? Or Taco Bell? Taco Hell. I just call it Taco Hell. And I'm like, yeah, let's say no more often and be like, no, I got food. I'm good. And it's food that's good. It's tasty. I'm not going to have any regrets. Even if I do like Mexican pizzas a lot. There's nothing wrong with fast food every once in a while. There's nothing wrong with being a trash panda once in a while. I just want to develop a habit of not being a trash panda all the time. So, walkies every day is a great thing for my health. Cooking instead of delivery or fast foods every day. Hydration. I talked about it in December and I didn't do a good enough job. So I think hydration needs to be a more consistent habit that I need to do. I'm terrible at it. Hydration's a thing. All right, so those are great habits to develop. I'll keep track of this. It's in progress. Let's call it in progress, right? But these are have to do with my health, so I'm gonna label it health, right? And I'm gonna drop it in progress. Whee! So yeah, this is what I wanted to do when I was talking about maybe looking at Sunsama. Was it Sunsama? Sunsama. I was thinking that maybe it would help me do this, and it didn't. So now here we are in Trello, and we're doing the thing where I am thinking about my goals, at least for the first quarter of 2024. And then I'm thinking about things to do within my goals. So I guess you could say my goals aren't SMART goals, but the things that I decide to do to support the goals that I've decided on can be SMART goals or not. I'm not making these time bound, really. But I am making them specific. And I am making them measurable because I have check boxes. And you might find that I'll transfer some of these over to Habitica because they're the ones that I'm working on more immediately, the ones that are in progress versus the ones that I think about on deck, like the streaming regularly, right? That may be its own item, but also there are some other things that I want to do. Let me think about what goals that I have for VTubing now that I've come back for the new year and I've decided I like it and I have fun with it. What are some of my goals as a VTuber? Well, I want to interact with all of you. And add a little fun to your time. I mean, that's generally what I think of when I think about VTubers, and that's kind of what I want to give to you. So maybe you have me on and you're just watching me bounce around. And maybe you have me on because you're listening to me and I'm entertaining. I don't know. But I think that it is at least a little bit funny. And I do seem to be talking about food a lot today. So maybe that's a point of interest for you. I don't know. But I think I would like that as a goal for my future streams and what would be things I want to do. So as you all get more active in the chat, I would like to be better practice at interacting with you in the chat. Yes. Also, I would like to, as part of streaming, explore more cozy games. Right now, we've only been playing Coral Island, but my roommate introduced me to this weird fruit game on the Switch, and there is not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of strategy to this game, but it's basically you just drop fruit into a bin, and when the fruit touches each other, they bloop into bigger fruit, and then you're just kind of managing fruit in a bin, and it's surprisingly cozy fun. And I was thinking about I wanted to play it, and so that means I need to get my capture card working so that I can play directly on the Switch and stream with you. So that's a different task, actually. So explore more cozy games, and also get my capture card set up. Is it capture? I don't know. I'm terrible at this. I have one. It's my capture card. Yeah, to stream Twitch game. Switch. So those are things that I need to do, and they all have to do with VTuber goals. Right? Now, if I were to, and maybe I have watched a bunch of videos of other more established VTubers talking about their goals, they would say that they want to grow their audiences and they want to, I think growing their audiences is one of the ones that I see almost very consistently. And I do want to grow my audience, but I think that growing your audience is hard because of a lot of reasons, right? But the angle I'm coming at from it is that I cannot control making people come view me. I can ask friends and family to tune in. I can let people know where I am so they know when to come stream. But growing my audience is much more of an organic thing, right? I have to show up so that you can see me, and I have to become hopefully somebody that you recommend to a friend. Hey, I ran across this new tuber or VTuber and a vlogger, and she's really cute and fun. Why don't we put her on in the background? Or maybe you have some friends over and you're playing a tabletop game and you put me on in the background because why not? And then you're all playing your video game and then or your board game, and the people go, oh, hey, this person's kind of fun. I'll put them on in the evenings when they're streaming because they're cute, or I happen to like, girls with a GSD vibe, or I happen to like, the best friend's older sister vibe. Hey. So they might follow me that way. And so it's much more of an organic growth, and I can't control that. I can't make people talk about me. So I think at least for Q1, I'm not actively going to be running out there and being like, hey, check out my stream. Hey, check out my stream. I think I'm going to focus on actually streaming and having a backlog of videos on the YTube so that people, when they discover me, can find more streams about me and decide if they like me. So maybe actively doing things to grow my audience is something that will have to wait till Q2. It's not that I don't want to do it. I'm just thinking, might not be Q1. So let's focus on streaming and streaming well and having fun with the streaming. And then also figuring out what can be like so far I've had a lot of fun gaming with Coral Island right now, and I'm going to try the fruit game one of these days once I get this capture thing going on. So maybe that'll be in progress for this week. But I also have fun with this little segment at the end where, just kind of planning out my day, or in this case, talking about goals and stuff that are for the whole quarter. But generally playing around in apps, and not any particular app. Like, I'm not going to promise that we're always going to end up here in Trello, and I'm not even sure if we'll ever come back to Sunsama, because it may not be what I need, right? Because that seems like much more of a daily planner kind of situation, and that's not what I'm looking for. A little too structured for me right now. Not my mood. It's a cool app, just not my mood. Maybe we'll see Habitica more often, because that's where I'll be developing my habits, because it's so gamified and makes me happy and fun. And I always come back to Habitica. So that segment might be still here, I think. Yes. Anyway, so maybe we'll take a look at goals again next Monday in case I thought of anything. Because the other thing is, I don't like to pressure myself and try to make goals up in one session. Like, I'll let myself noodle on it and think about it, especially when I'm stuck in day job meetings and maybe my mind is wandering. So I'm half listening to the day job thing and doing my job, and half pondering other things, as one does. If I have to be in person, one of my favorite things to do in a conference room is look around the conference room and try to figure out who in the conference room would survive if aliens came down through the ceiling. And when I mean aliens, I mean like the xenomorphs, right? Like, I'm pretty sure we'd all be dead. But who dies first? Like, sometimes that's what I do to amuse myself, to keep myself alert in the conference room while we're going through a meeting and engaged. Like, would you die? Or would I die first? And then I wouldn't have to worry about whether or when you died. That's the world of xenomorphs. Or, how would we defend this room from a zombie apocalypse? That's always fun, because there is a LARP RPG game. A LARP, a live action role play called Shelter in Place, in which you actually do that. Whatever room you're gaming in becomes the room that you're blockading for zombie survival. And half your group is the zombies outside trying to get in. It's kind of a cool concept. It actually won an Emmy years and years ago. This is quite some time ago. But Shelter in Place is a pretty cool LARP. So sometimes I think about that. I think about random things when I'm stuck in conference rooms in person. But most of my time I work remote. So then I have to stay engaged, and it's almost even harder because the temptation to have a different screen with other stuff on it is high. And then I struggle a little bit paying attention. So I try not to do that too often, and I try to stay engaged and paying attention to the actual video conference that I'm in. And so then my mind noodles on stuff in the background, like my goals for being a VTuber, so that when I think about it, I can put that in there, but I'm not distracted like trying to play a video game or something. I know a couple of friends who will play WoW and run around doing quests or grinding while they're in video conferences, and I'm not judging them, because I have also been out on walks during the day and met up with CEOs and high-level executives that are fishing while they've got their AirPods in and they're listening in on a teleconference. So hey, who's judging what you do when you're multitasking during a meeting? I've seen evidence of it all, and I'm not going to feel guilty for when I do it. But the key here is that you prove that you still do your job really well, despite the multitasking. And I do my job well. And then I ponder things like this, which is the VTubing and what I want for goals. So I might add on to this during the week, and maybe we can look at this next week, and I can decide if I like it all. And if I do, I'll keep it. And I'll play with updating Habitica for the week as well, because habits and dailies and gamified. Anyway, I think that's about it. So let's switch. I feel like this was all chatting. I'm not sure if we want to just swap over to just chatting, since I don't have that many people active in the chat right now. So I might call it a day here. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day here. But in the future, if y'all are active in chat and are able to chat, I am more than happy to switch over to my just chatting screen and chat for a while to wind down the evening. Okay? But that's it for the week. I might pop on If I get my capture card installed to test my capture card during the week, maybe. So you might find that I have a random pop-up stream sometime during the week, maybe, if I'm checking that out. Otherwise, I will be back here on Monday, and I hope you'll join me back here as well. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.